Good morning, everybody. This is Jake from Jake Sports Takes. How's everybody doing today? On this broadcast, we're going to be previewing the NBA Finals, which begins tonight at 8 o'clock on ABC. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals started last night with the Vegas Golden Knights winning in a thriller with the Carolina Hurricanes 5-4. Got a couple of big NFL trades that happened a couple days ago, and we'll get to the Stump the Snake trivia question of the day. As I mentioned today, last night, in the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, the Vegas Golden Knights won 5-4 in a thriller. It actually was kind of an interesting game. I kind of watched it a little here and there. Carolina got out to a 3-0 lead in the first period. In the NHL, though, in any sport nowadays, it's not really that safe of a lead. And then the Vegas Golden Knights came out like a ball of fire in the first 30 seconds of the second period and came out and scored 3 straight goals in the second period. And then got the lead 4-3, I believe, in the third. Got in the second period, so they scored 4 goals. And then Carolina tied it up again, and then Vegas got a 5th goal in the third period to win the game. Funny thing is, 76% of the time in the NHL, the winner of Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals is going to end up winning the Stanley Cup. Gonna end up raising Lord Stanley, as they call it. I mean, it didn't happen last year. Last year, Panthers lost Game 1. They ended up winning the series. Great job by Vegas, considering I think they fired their coach earlier in the year, and then now they're in the Stanley Cup Final, won Game 1. 2 major trades happened. Myles Garrett was traded from Cleveland to the Los Angeles Rams for Jared Verse, the reigning Defensive Rookie of the Year, the 2024 Defensive Rookie of the Year, for a first in 2027, a third in 2028, and a 5th, I believe, in 2029. I believe is what the damage was. I mean, for the, that has put by betting sites the Rams as the top favorite in the NFC and overall in the NFL. I think it was a good pick for a good trade for it was a good trade for the Rams. I mean, they just made their defense even more assured. You know, I don't know what the Browns are thinking, getting rid of their financial pieces or their steady year in, year out pieces. I mean, Garrett made a deal with it by his max extension to trim it so they didn't have such salary cap issue. I don't know what Cleveland's thinking, letting all their good players go, and then their main stars, when they get traded for them, they end up just falling apart. I don't know. I mean, this next season, the Super Bowl is going to be played in SoFi, so they're trying to go all in, get a Super Bowl, and then let Matt Stafford retire. You know, at home. I mean, I don't know what the Browns are thinking, trading Myles Garrett. I know he wants to go to a winning team, but I mean, that's not the way. You know, for the Rams, that's just stockpiling people. And now I heard Aaron Donald potentially could come back. I mean, I don't think so after 2 years out of it, 2 years out of the league. And A.J. Brown was traded from the Philadelphia Eagles to the New England Patriots. That trade, I think they were waiting for it to happen before June 1st. I mean that trade was gonna happen. They were just waiting for June 1st to clear so they could clear some salary cap, which makes sense. Because in the NFL, a post June 1st designation, meaning you only have to you can split that salary cap hit between 2 years instead of only one. So, I mean, he wasn't happy, and now he goes to New England. He's going to easily become the number one target. Tonight, the NBA Finals finally get underway. The New York Knicks will face the San Antonio Spurs. I made my prediction earlier in the week. I said that San Antonio would win in 6. That is a justified pick. I've been here in New York. I've heard a lot of different teams. According to some betting sites, if San Antonio wins, the top 3 NBA Finals MVP picks are Victor Wembanyama, which is not a surprise. Wemby's going to be up there. Stephon Castle and Jared Champagne. And the thing is, they got a lot of these guys through the draft, some of them through trades. You know, I mean, San Antonio is a contender coming. You know, they were a contender. I didn't think it'd be so soon. They are the youngest. Strike that, because that was that was going to be my question. But they are the youngest average age starting lineup in an NBA Finals history. It's pretty impressive. Good job to them. If the Knicks somehow win, top 3, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, and Karl Anthony Towns are the top 3 favorites for that. Personally, if the Knicks win, I think it'll be Jalen Brunson, and I think Wemby will be the MVP for the Spurs, because I just don't think, even if you double team them, that they're going to be able to put another guard like Brunson or like somebody like that on him to help Towns out. My opinion, my keys: keep the ball, try to not make Wemby go outside. He's a decent outside shooter, but he's not a guard shooter. They need to force him outside. Force turnovers. Keep that ball out of Wemby's hands so they can score off turnovers. For San Antonio, don't let the bright lights get to you. You're young. You're talented. You weren't supposed to be here this quick. You know, get off to a good run. Get New York in a hole where they are having trouble coming back from it. But New York can shoot too. You know, it's going to be a game of who could make good, who could hold big leads. We've seen in the NBA playoffs all year so far that big leads are not safe. Now, I don't know about that. We'll see. Like I said, my pick is San Antonio in 6 games. I'm picking Wemby to get the MVP. I think a dark horse MVP candidate, Finals MVP candidate for both teams. For San Antonio, I think De'Aaron Fox. Everybody, he's the veteran on that. He's the wily veteran on that team, although he's only 29 years old. And Josh Hart will be for the New York Knicks. My Stump the Snake trivia question of the day. In the NBA Finals, what is the average percent of teams who win Game 1 to win the NBA championship? If you know, I know the answer. If you know the answer, drop it on my YouTube or my Instagram profiles. my page at Instagram on Instagram at Jake at Duke Nats Texans Fan 11. On YouTube, it's at Jake's Sports Takes. I got to get ready for work. Everybody have a great day. Have a great week. Enjoy the NBA Finals. Enjoy the Stanley Cup Finals. I love you guys. Peace out, my nerds. And as we do it on Jake's Sports Takes, hugs and hand pounds, everybody. Love you guys. Bye.